Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today is a deep dive into centralized video distribution, specifically how these modern AV over IP systems use power over Ethernet PoE to manage, well, quite a few screens, up to 22 displays, based on what we're looking at.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, is the shift in architecture. We're moving away from those, big physical matrix switchers, the HT-based to your HDMI ones that needed all this complex wiring.
Right, dedicated runs for everything.
Exactly. Now it's more about using standard network switches. This whole 1080p AV over IP matrix idea means you get true any input to any output routing, but the deployment is just simpler.
And that PoE aspect is a huge part of the simplified wiring, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. One cable to each TV location handles both the video signal and the power. Makes installation way easier.
But it's not just simpler wiring. These systems are layering on some pretty sophisticated software control, too.
That's the key. When you talk about scale, like handling 22 screens in a sports bar or maybe a corporate setting, that drag and drop video wall feature is really powerful.
So you can build custom video walls easily.
Yeah, basically any size or configuration. And it even supports rotating the image for portrait displays 90, 180, 270 degrees. That's all software-based control.
Okay, and here's where it gets really convenient, I think. The control center. All that complexity is managed through, like, a tablet app.
Right. Standard Wi-Fi, iPad, or Android apps. Or sometimes their own dedicated tablet. It completely changes how you interact with the system. You're not fiddling with a rack. You're tapping on a screen.
And it does more than just switch inputs, from what I read.
Oh, yeah, much more. You can actually preview the video sources live on the tablet itself, which is great for checking things.
Okay, so you see it before you send it.
Exactly. And then you can do things like change the channel on a DirecTV box or Roku or whatever your source is.
Right, directly from the app.
Directly from the app.
Okay.
And send that specific channel to any or all of the 22 TVs.
Wow. And what about managing all those screens at once, like turning them all off?
Yep. Global commands. Turn all TVs on or off with one button. You can often see floor plans on the app, too, control audio levels. It's pretty comprehensive management.
Okay, so that's the user experience side. What's
Yeah.
the tech making this possible? You mentioned standard networking.
Right. It relies on, well, commodity network gear. It uses H.264 or H.265 video compression protocols running over a pretty standard 1 gig network switch.
But putting pro video over a standard network, doesn't that risk things like latency compared to dedicated hardware?
That's always the trade-off with compressed AV over IP. You leverage standard, cheaper network gear, but you introduce some compression and latency. The key here is how much.
And what are the numbers?
The sources say about 80 milliseconds for both switching time and the end-to-end video latency.
80 milliseconds.
Yeah.
Okay, is that considered low enough?
Generally, yes. For most applications, including watching video with dialogue, 80 ms is usually below the threshold where lip sync becomes noticeably off. That's kind of the benchmark.
Got it. And the reach. How far can the signal go?
Pretty far, actually. Using standard C6 cable, they claim up to 450 feet. That's a significant distance. Much better than, say, standard HDMI limits.
Yeah, that's huge for large venues. Cuts down on signal boosters and complexity.
Definitely. And you also get the essentials like HDCP compliance, for content protection. And they mention security compliance, too, which matters for business use.
Plus, it sounds like it's designed to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scalable, field upgradable, so you can add inputs or outputs later, and importantly, no recurring monthly license fees, which really affects the long-term cost.
That scalability shows up in the pricing too, right? It wasn't just one fixed price.
No, it ranges. You can apparently start building a system with basic components for maybe $150 or so, but a full 10 input by 22 output system, that example was priced around $5,550.
So you can start smaller and expand.
Precisely. It lets businesses scale it to their needs and budget.
Okay, so summing this up, what we're seeing is a major shift in handling complex video setups. PoE, standard IP networks, smart compression, and really powerful tablet control are making this stuff much more manageable.
Absolutely. It's taking what used to require specialized hardware and expertise and making it work reliably on more common infrastructure, all controlled centrally.
Which brings up a really interesting final thought. If one system like this can centralize control over, say, 22 different TVs and their sources, right down to changing a specific Roku channel, all from a simple app, well, what does that imply for simplifying how we manage much larger, more complex enterprise hardware systems in the future? Where's the limit to this kind of network simplicity?